Every year, one snake causes more human deaths in Africa than any other. It doesn't look particularly fast. It doesn't climb trees or spit venom. In fact, it often doesn't move at all. But that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. This is the puff adder, a master of ambush, a killer hidden in plain sight, and the silent threat beneath the dry grasses of Africa. The puff adder, scientifically named Bitis arietans, belongs to the Viperidae family, commonly known as viper snakes. This family includes some of the world's most venomous and recognizable snakes, such as rattlesnakes, copperheads, and gaboon vipers. Vipers are defined by their long, hinged fangs, powerful venom, and typically thick, muscular bodies. Within Viperidae, the puff adder is part of the Viperidae subfamily, also known as the true vipers. Unlike pit vipers, which possess heat-sensing pits, true vipers rely on sharp vision and vibration sensitivity to hunt. The puff adder shares its genus, Bitis, with other African vipers like the gaboon viper, known for its massive fangs, and the horned adder, which thrives in deserts. But among them all, the puff adder is the most widespread and the most dangerous to humans, not because of its size, but because of how often it crosses paths with people. This viper snake belongs to Africa. It is not found anywhere else on the planet, not in Asia, definitely not in the Amazon, and not in any other part of the world. And within Africa, it is found almost everywhere. From open plains to farmland edges, this snake has made the continent its domain. Its range stretches from the west coast nations like Senegal and Guinea, across Central and Eastern Africa, and all the way down to South Africa. It's been recorded in over 30 countries, making it one of the most widely distributed venomous snakes on the continent. Unlike many reptiles that require very specific habitats, the puff adder is a habitat generalist, highly adaptable and surprisingly resilient. It thrives in open grasslands, savannas, scrublands, and woodlands, and often takes shelter under logs, rocks, or deep within leaf litter. It also adapts well to human-altered environments like farmlands, plantations, and even roadside edges, areas where people frequently walk, work, and live. That closeness to human activity is one of the reasons the puff adder is responsible for so many bites. Though it avoids the extremes, like the Central Sahara, dense rainforests, and high-altitude mountain zones, it dominates nearly every other habitat in sub-Saharan Africa. Whether it's lying in the tall grass of a savanna or hiding among crops near rural homes, the puff adder's ability to remain hidden while being everywhere is what makes it so dangerous. Its exclusive African identity, combined with its versatility in terrain, has made it not just one of the most successful vipers on the continent, but also one of the most feared. The puff adder isn't flashy, but it doesn't need to be. Its strength lies in being almost invisible, even in plain sight. This snake has a thick, heavy-set body, often described as sluggish-looking, with a broad, flattened head and a short, tapering tail. On average, it grows to about 1 meter in length, though some individuals can reach up to 1.5 meters. Its body feels dense and muscular, built more for ambush than agility. Its skin is patterned with bold chevrons and blotches in shades of brown, yellow, gray, and black, colors that perfectly mimic dry grass, leaf litter, and soil. In the African bush, this camouflage is so effective that the snake can be nearly impossible to spot, even when you're just a few feet away. And that camouflage is not just for hiding from predators, it's a hunting strategy. The puff adder is a sit-and-wait ambush predator. Unlike fast-moving snakes that actively pursue prey, the puff adder prefers to lie still for hours, sometimes even days, until a bird, rodent, or frog passes close enough to strike. It moves very little, which conserves energy and helps avoid detection. When threatened, it gets its name from its dramatic defensive display. The puff adder will inflate its body, make itself appear larger, and let out a loud, prolonged hiss, a low, throaty warning that can stop a predator in its tracks. If that doesn't work, it may deliver a lightning-fast strike without any further hesitation. Despite its sluggish appearance, the puff adder is not slow to react. In fact, it has one of the fastest strike speeds of any snake in the world, a subject we'll dive into next. But in terms of behavior, its real weapon is patience. It doesn't chase prey. It doesn't flee from danger. It simply waits. When the moment finally comes, the puff adder explodes into action. Despite its bulky body and sluggish movement, it delivers one of the fastest strikes in the snake world, measured at speeds faster than 0.25 seconds. That's quicker than the average human blink. The strike is a precise, coiled launch. From a motionless position, the puff adder contracts its powerful body, then springs forward with shocking force. Its long, hinged fangs swing into place, and in a single, fluid motion, it bites and injects venom, before recoiling just as quickly to its original position. What makes this even more effective is how close the prey usually is. The puff adder rarely misses a strike because it doesn't strike until the target is nearly touching it. Whether it's a bird hopping along the ground, a rodent rustling through leaves, or a frog moving through grass, the attack is over in the blink of an eye. Unlike some snakes that hold on after biting, the puff adder typically bites and lets go. Its cytotoxic venom begins working immediately, damaging tissue, breaking down cells, and slowing the prey. The snake then follows the scent trail of the wounded animal, swallowing it once it's weakened or dead. But the same strike that brings down prey is just as dangerous to humans. People often step too close, sometimes even directly on the snake, and get bitten before they even realize there's danger underfoot. Because it doesn't flee or rattle like other species, its presence is easy to overlook until it's too late. The puff adder doesn't chase. It doesn't warn twice. It waits. It strikes. It disappears. This is not just hunting, it's ambush perfected by evolution. The puff adder's venom isn't designed to kill quickly, it's designed to destroy. Its venom is cytotoxic, meaning it targets and breaks down living tissue. Unlike neurotoxins, which attack the nervous system, cytotoxins cause massive local damage, swelling, intense pain, blistering, and in many cases necrosis, where skin and muscle tissue begin to die. Within minutes of a bite, the affected area begins to swell dramatically. Victims describe a burning pain that spreads rapidly. Left untreated, the venom can lead to permanent damage, loss of limbs, or in severe cases, death, especially in rural areas where medical care is far away and antivenom is scarce. What makes the puff adder especially dangerous is not just the potency of its venom, it's how often people get bitten. Its perfect camouflage, combined with its tendency to stay still instead of flee, means humans often step on or near it by accident. In some regions, it's estimated that puff adders are responsible for more serious snake bites than any other species in Africa. While not every bite is fatal, the risk of long-term injury is high, especially when treatment is delayed. Still, it's worth remembering, the puff adder doesn't seek conflict. Most bites happen when it's startled or stepped on. It doesn't chase. It doesn't attack unprovoked. Like many snakes, it strikes only when it feels cornered, and when it does, the results can be devastating. The puff adder doesn't need speed, size, or warning signs to be dangerous. Its silence, stillness, and perfect camouflage have made it one of the most effective and feared predators in Africa. It's not the fastest snake. It's not the largest, but it's responsible for more bites and more deaths than any other. Found only in Africa, yet hiding in plain sight, the puff adder is a reminder that in the wild, danger isn't always loud. Sometimes it's completely silent. If you found this fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know, would you have seen it before it struck? Because with this snake, most people never do.